Welcome everyone. We have Michelle Shane here today, and she is going to be speaking about work less, earn more as a video screencast specialist. A little bit about Michelle. Her passion is creating top-notch software demos, tutorials, and e-learning with her two favorite tools, Camtasia Studio and PowerPoint. And she's going to be telling you a lot about all that in her webinar today, and I'm really looking forward to this. We've been talking about doing videos and different things all week, with Periscope out there and everything. We've learned how not to be shy in front of the video and stuff and different things like that, Michelle. So now we're excited to find out how we can earn more, maybe as a video screencast specialist. Maybe that will be our specialty or niche if someone's looking for one, and it can pay well. I know the last time that Michelle did this course, I was right out, or did this webinar for me, I was right out there and bought like virtualassistantvideo.com and all these different domains because I'm really, I love doing video. This is one of my favorite things. And that's why I love VAV so much. I get to edit some videos for a change. But I'm just going to let you, Michelle, take the microphone and start your presentation today. And thanks so much for being with us.
Well, thank you. It's nice to be back here. I believe I've spoken at VAVs for a number of different years. I'll skip a year here and there, but it's great to be back. And so this year I'm speaking about screencasting.
Hi, thank you and welcome to Work Less, Earn More as a video screencast specialist. And I am Michelle Shane, and I'm really happy that you're here. It's always great to be speaking at Tanya's events, and I think this would probably be about the third or fourth or fifth time that I've spoken, and it's always so much fun to speak to a group of virtual assistants because I consider myself a virtual assistant, but I'm also a product owner and also run a website where I have many different products too, and all of them were a result of me being able to acquire the skill of screencasting. And I'm going to explain to you, if you don't already know what that is, I'm going to explain to you exactly what a screencast is and why it's a great skill to acquire in just a minute. But first I'm going to see if any of you guys can kind of relate to the following slide. Okay, this was me in around 2010. I'd been a virtual assistant for about 2 years, and I was pretty much kind of running around like a crazy person, already starting to feel burnt out. Internet marketing has so many different facets to it. I was trying to learn everything. I was trying to understand the whole process, how everything worked. Every time I'd get a new client, they'd ask me if I could do this or that, and I'd always say either yes or I haven't yet, but I'm really interested in learning that. And so much of my time was spent in constantly learning, and only being able to charge for just a percentage of the time that I was spending. And it just seemed like I was working so many hours and just not even having enough time to spend with my family or the free time that I was hoping to get by working from home. So it was kind of crazy. So just a little background here. I started out many years ago working in the corporate world for about 6 years for IBM and AT&T. I did project management and instructional design there. And then I took some time off to raise my kids, and I got a little restless because I really like to be out there doing a lot of money earning things. I wanted to help my family. I wanted to kind of be more out with people again and just be feeling, I guess, more productive is what it was. And I decided to become a virtual assistant after seeing it mentioned a lot on different websites, and it just seemed like something that my skills might transfer from working in the corporate world. And as I said in the last slide, I just tried to do everything and be everything, and just felt like I couldn't keep up with it because there was just so many things constantly changing in the internet, and I was an internet marketing virtual assistant. So basically, I was trying to help my clients to just do anything on the internet with their sites that they wanted to do. And so after getting stressed out for a while, I took a class on creating videos with Camtasia Studio. And from there, I just loved it so much that I decided just to make that my specialty. And so that is what I've been doing since 2010. So it'll be almost 6 years of straight uh, screencasting skills. So I think it's something that you're going to enjoy, and I'm going to share with you a lot of things that you might not have known about getting into video, and shatter some of the myths that you may have about it also. And I was just wondering, for those of you that are live on the call, what about you? Do you consider yourself a specialist? Do you excel in mainly one skill, or kind of a Jack or Jill? Because I know we have some guys out there of all trades. And I'm going to let Tanya kind of read the responses, because I know that there's different things that you guys can specialize in. But okay, so it looks like I'm looking at the chat, and it looks like mostly people are do everything, or they try to get their hand in a whole lot of different things. And I'm sure that you can relate then that it is sometimes exhausting to try to keep that up. So I firmly believe that specialization is the path to more free time and a higher hourly income. And I will show you why. Well, first of all, what exactly is a screencast, and how can you make a great living in this field? Well, a screencast basically is just a video that shows what is on your computer screen. And if you want to get a little bit more information about exactly what I'm talking about, you can take a look at this article here. This is on the TechSmith site. They're the people that make the Camtasia Studio screen recording software, and they have a nice article here. As of right now, it's the most recent blog post. And they just kind of reiterate what I just said. You record a video of your computer screen, oftentimes for teaching or sharing ideas. So, for example, almost all of the courses that you see online, especially the ones, say, at Udemy or lynda.com or wherever, was made with screen recording software like Camtasia. And so it's great for creating tutorials and training courses, and people also use it for software demonstrations to just show the workings of their software, all the features and all the benefits of it. Also, you can use it for marketing and sales videos. And I'm just kind of scrolling through here. You know, like it says here, walking people through a proposal or something, the software product demos, and a lot of people use it for simply explainer videos. Now, also PowerPoint is equally as valuable. You don't have to use a screen recording software. You can use PowerPoint too to make screencasts. So a lot of the videos that you see out there that are advertising something, and you'll see some animation in them, maybe words moving around the screen, and I'll be showing examples of this shortly. They were made with PowerPoint alone. So it doesn't require the purchase of any special software, but I happen to use Camtasia software. It's my favorite. I teach that software, and it creates the clearest and sharpest recordings of a web page or of a software application that you're going to get. All right, so back to where I left off here. All right, so what are some of the myths that you guys have heard about adding video services? You probably think that it may be too technical. And I'm seeing some things coming in like it requires too much of purchasing of equipment. You need to have a video camera. I'm seeing you have to just have more of a left-brained analytical type, be that type. And actually, I know a lot of people do think those things. I myself did not come from a high-tech background. I was a project manager at AT&T, and T, and I also did created some training courses there. So I did write live, stand-up training, but was not a particularly technical person. But I was able to learn the Camtasia software in about 4 weeks of on and off, mixed in with my real life, taking some classes. I think it was 1 or 2 hours a week. I learned how to do that back in 2010. And also, it's really not particularly hard to learn if you can learn to use Microsoft Word or Excel or any of those things. You can learn to use screencasting software. It's uh, it's not something that is rocket science there. There's no expensive equipment. You don't need to purchase any cameras or any special soundboards or anything. The only thing I have is my headset, and I also have purchased a USB microphone because I do screencasts and recordings so much that I decided to go for something really high quality, and that microphone cost me around $100. But a good USB headset is around $40 at Walmart. I use the Logitech ClearChat headset, and so it's really not prohibitive at all for getting into it. I don't use a video camera because I'm not on the video. It is all recordings of what is on the screen. If there's ever a person on the video, it's usually your client that has sent you a little, maybe an iPhone video of themselves, and they want to stick that in somewhere in the video itself. Now, for my own VA business, I have recorded myself on camera because I wanted people to see me and see what I look like and my body language and all, just to get more of a trust factor in hiring me. But that's when you're doing something for your own business. Clients don't ever ask you to be on camera. So once again, you do not need to be in the video, if that makes any of you guys feel better. And some people also think you'll get less clients if you specialize in video services, but I believe anytime you specialize, you get more clients because people see you as the go-to person, the expert in that area, and people think of you that way. Like people think of me as that Camtasia girl, that screencast girl, or that webinar girl, the one that records the webinars and edits them and all. So I just have niched myself down to this one area, and so I feel like I'm more well known for that. So let's get into the money part. Excuse me, that makes me cough, the money part. What can you charge for these? Because obviously you know that at the end of the presentation I'm going to have a course or something for you to purchase that is going to be where you can learn more. If you've been intrigued by what I'm sharing on this, and you feel like you want to get into this, you can buy the course. And a lot of times the way that I decide whether I'm going to buy something is, it going to have a good return on investment? Am I going to be making enough money and fairly quickly after finishing the course to warrant me spending the money on the course? So I did a little research the last time I gave this presentation on exactly what everybody else charges, and then I'm going to tell you what I charge for these particular skills. So let me go over to the internet. Oh, you know what? Before I do, I actually just pulled this up recently, and I think I'll go ahead and make it bigger for you. I actually think that this is supposed to be the median virtual assistant salary, which I think in internet marketing, this is a little bit on the lower side. This may be more for an administrative VA who uses her skills, excuse me, in Microsoft Office. That may be the median there, but I think in internet marketing it's probably more like $20 or $25 an hour. But this is the range that they say for a virtual assistant, and I charge more than twice the top rate for my skills by the hour, and so does everybody else who does this type of video work. So now I'll show you where I get my numbers. So I guess we'll start with me because that's the one I have open up here. So on my site, VA Demo Girl, you can see that, and on this page under portfolio, I list, I go by the finished minute here. So videos between 2 and 5 minutes, I price them at $100 a minute with a $400 minimum, or $150 per minute with a $500 minimum. So I figured that out, that how long it actually takes me, say, to create a most of the videos I do is probably around 3 to 5 minutes in length, and they're probably going to end up around $500. So I'm making around $75–$80 an hour when I get a video like that, and then sometimes it's more when I get a multi-level video training course where something like that might be 2 hours in length that has a bunch of lessons in it. Then it comes, I do a flat rate. I've been doing it for long enough that I can give someone a flat rate of $2,000, $3,000 and make pretty good money per hour on that. Now there's another website here where he charges, his videos are sort of PowerPoint-like, but they've got a lot of cool animation in them, which is something you can learn to do quite easily in PowerPoint. Most people do have PowerPoint and know that it does animation, so that is definitely a tool that you could specialize in. And his videos are in the neighborhood of $10,000, and his videos are sometimes less than a minute. But he puts in, so includes narration. Well, this is basically all the stuff that I have too, but he definitely has more animation in his than I do. I use a lot of pre-animated PowerPoint templates that I purchase for a few dollars, so I don't do anything really custom. So that's another person. And then there's a girl who has a similar name as to my site, is Demo Girl. And let's see, she charges, if I can recall, okay, up to 2 minutes. Her pricing starts at $379, and then an extra $125 per minute. So it takes about an hour to do a finished minute of video, and that's how we kind of figure this out. It's about an hour per minute. So she's making about $125 an hour. And then there's another guy who I pulled up. I wanted to have like enough stuff to show you guys so you could see what's out there. This guy, he's really good. Dapper Text. Okay, so his prices go anywhere. He's got the bronze tier, the silver tier, and the gold tier, and that's really separated by who does the video, him or one of his, outsourced people that he has. And so he charges a lot. His is $500 per minute of finished video, all the way up to $1,500 per minute of finished video. And his stuff, his stuff is good, but I don't think it's much better than me, so I'm just nervous to charge this kind of prices. I guess I'd rather be working more often. And you know what? A lot of people know about the Dapper Text because this guy used to work for the company that makes Camtasia Studio, so I think he gets a ton of referrals from them. So he can definitely get those kind of prices. All right, but that just kind of gives you an idea of what the money is like out there. All right, now let's talk about, I've already done the earning potential. Okay. All right, so if you have these screencasting skills, if you can use this software, and by the way, I'm going to be talking to you about the process of doing a screencast very shortly. I'm not just going to be talking all around it, but never show you what you actually do. So that's coming up shortly. So what can you offer? Okay, so some of the services that I offer, and I think I've mentioned these already when I was talking about what is a screencast. Well, I create training courses and I create tutorials, and training courses just are bigger. They're a few hours long with lots of lessons and modules and all that. And tutorials might be just a one-off kind of, how to use a particular feature of something, of a product or software. And then we got your sales and marketing videos, which you see on sales pages and on YouTube a lot. And then webinar recordings, which is when I fire up Camtasia to record somebody else's webinar, like Tanya is doing here for all the people in this entire virtual summit. And then software demos, those are when someone has a piece of software, either online or off, and they want to have someone create a self-running kind of demo. So I'm going to just show you an example of each one of these. So here, for example, is a course that I created for a lawyer who wanted just, each one of these is a topic in the software that she created. So we just kind of run through and I show how to use the different features of that particular software. And so that was fun. And then I just upload it. When I'm done, I just upload it to her website and then she can sell it. And then on my website, one of my websites, one that I haven't showed you yet, is called learncamtasia.com, and we have videos all over it. These are marketing style videos. So on the home page, this video was created entirely in PowerPoint. And the animation that you see is not anything that we had to, and when I say we, I'm talking about my business partner Lon Naylor and myself. We don't learn how to make all this animation. We use pre-animated templates. So I can't fast forward through this, but this is just an example. And it's kind of cool. Lon made this one. It's a lot of fun. So they're all done in PowerPoint, by the way. Nothing that you guys could not learn to do yourselves. So this video is just a few minutes and it markets us as trainers and some of the different products that we sell. Okay, so I'm going to pause that. And the next one I'm going to share with you is webinar recordings. So I have a client that I've been working with a while. This is just a picture from one of his webinars, and he has been having me do webinar recordings for him, which is just screen recordings. Basically, I use Camtasia to record his go-to webinars, and so I just wanted to show you a little bit from this past year, from I guess June. This is just the way that I keep track of my clients. So I put it in OneNote. I don't have spreadsheets, I guess, like most people, but it works for me. So anyways, every time you see here like the word webinar or recording, that's me doing a recording for him. And that just takes me about an hour. I get on, I record it. When we finish, if there's something that I need to edit out, like some background noise or whatever, I'm going to do that. And then I send him the recording. So this is what I charge for every one. And now some of these are just old recordings that he wanted me to edit something out of, like change a title screen or something, or add something to the end of it. So I just charge a smaller amount for that. But anyway, so this takes us all the way from June through November. I just did the last one of these, so I have to remember to invoice. Anyway, so you can have a good side business just learning how to do a screen recording and just recording people's webinars. For those of you who just want to learn one simple thing, one skill inside of screencasting, specializing in webinar recordings can be a good one. You know, if you get a few different clients, you know, depending on how much money you're looking to earn every month. Okay, so that's webinar recording. And then lastly, software demos. I think I explained that pretty thoroughly earlier. You just go into the software and the client tells you how to use it, or just enough for you to record some kind of a demonstration of it, and then you go in, you hit the red button in Camtasia that says record, and you record yourself clicking on stuff and talking about the software. And then you hit another button, and I'll show you this later, and it produces it out, and you can send it right up to YouTube for the client. So that's another thing that I've been doing a lot over the past 6 years, which I prefer actually the most, is the software demos. How to create a screencast. Okay, so let's talk about basically the high level. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you every little step, but this is the gist of it. Okay, so I meet a client over the phone who's found me from somewhere, and I will talk about also where you can find your clients. And once they agree that they want me to be the one to do their screencasts, what we do is we create a script and a storyboard. The script is just the narration, and the storyboard is, well, let me just show you what a storyboard looks like. Okay, I have one open here, open here for you in Microsoft Word. Okay, so it's a Word document, or it is when I created it. I just use Microsoft Word. I just separate it into columns. So it's a table, and in here I say what, slide 1, slide 2, or whatever. And here's the words that the client and I agree are good. Sometimes I write it for them, sometimes they write it for themselves. And then usually I'm the one to go out and find images that go with the words. So I just look at the storyboard and I pick out some images that would be good. You know, they can be stock photos, or they can be just free photos. There's a lot of resources that I have to get stuff for free. Otherwise, the client pays for the photos, all the images. This particular client wanted all illustrations. A lot of other clients want photos, so I'll use that. Sometimes people like stock videos. You can buy that too, like a video of, a forklift if their tutorial or their demo is about something to do with the factory. I'll find a little video of a forklift. So anyways, that's the gist of it. So you create one of those, and then they approve it, and then you either go into PowerPoint, or you use screen recording software, or you use a tool like an online tool called Powtoon, Powtoon, or an online tool called Video Scribe. There's a bunch of them out there, and they all will create screencasts for you. So you use whatever tool that you've decided to use because you've learned it, and make the screencast, make all the slides and all the visuals. And then in enhancements and editing, that's where I just kind of put it together. I put the different parts of it together. Like maybe I'll mix a little screen recording of Camtasia with a little PowerPoint, or maybe a little bit of some other software. So I'll put it all together. And I use Camtasia to assemble everything, but you can use whatever tool you're most comfortable with. And then at the end, once the client's approved that, I hit the button for produce. See, in Camtasia, all you do is you hit produce and share, and then you can produce it like to right up to YouTube or wherever, or just make an MP4 out of it, and then you give it to your client. And then they look at it again, and maybe they'll find something else they want to change. But most of the time, one video tutorial, I promise it to them in a few days. Even though it may only be a 2-minute tutorial, I might work on it a couple of a couple of hours on one day, another hour on another day, mixed in with other projects that I'm working on. So let's talk about how you're going to get these clients, all right? Let's talk about that. How you're going to get your clients, because you learn something new, you want to make sure that there's people out there that will hire you. Now, one of the ways I get my clients is from social media, because I have pretty good profiles on LinkedIn, and I have a Learn Camtasia fan page, and for example, here the last 90 days, I've had 102 profile views. So a handful of those people are going to contact me to want me to do something for them. So you got to get a pretty good filled out LinkedIn profile, especially. Also, I write a lot of blog posts. So I have a couple of sites. I already told you, the VA Demo Girl and the Learn Camtasia site. You write enough posts using the keywords, and hopefully you guys have learned a little bit about search engine optimization, that you need to use keywords on your website to attract people that are searching for those keywords, so your blog posts will come up on the first page of the search engine results, Google. So if I write a lot of posts about webinars or screencasts or Camtasia or assistant, recording assistant or video, and I use those words that people are looking for, then they will find it and find my site, and hopefully they will call me. And I have all my portfolio on there, so you have to start creating a portfolio of different videos so that people can see what you can do. And then I also have a website that's local as well, where I teach people Camtasia, and I will go to different places, different Chamber of Commerce meetings and all, and speak and socialize and try to drum up some business that way as well. So it's kind of a combination, and I haven't had to do as much, in the last couple of years as I did the first couple of years, obviously, because after the first couple of years you can kind of coast a little bit. So now I probably only put in like an hour or so towards marketing efforts each week. Hour or two, I would say, towards writing each week. So, but it's true of any new thing you do. You got to market yourself a little at the beginning. And also at the time I had existing clients that I wanted to start using my new skills with. So if you do, and you have some clients that are toying with the idea of doing video, here are some of the things that you can tell them to give you a chance to show your new skills if you so acquire them. Tell them, this is what a video will do for you. You get that personal connection. And by the way, while I'm sharing these, I want you to think also about doing video for your own virtual assistant business. So this is going to be for you as well as your clients. People trust and think people are more credible when they can hear their voice talking, and they're also talking about things that they know about. So you could do a video on any aspect of the virtual assistance business that you know about, and people will, start to begin thinking that you are the person to go to for that skill. It's 24/7. These videos are on YouTube and everywhere else, other video places. Videos always improve your search ranking. Since Google owns YouTube, you'll most likely find a video on the first page of Google, especially for local clients. If you do a dentist or something, you put a video up there, and when someone is searching for, dentist state in Ohio, a lot of the time that video will show up very soon on the first page of Google. People who see video tend to purchase sooner. I can't tell you exactly why that is, but sales pages that have sales type videos on them, people will buy sooner and more of them will buy. Definitely increases your online exposure because it's yet another place where you can be found. Besides your website and social media, now you've got all the video sites too. And it brings traffic back to the website. And a video where you're talking about something, if you sound good, if you've got good audio and you don't fumble, or like you have a script or something, you will definitely be someone who is thought of as an expert in that area. And I think I already said this. I don't know why that bullet point came up again. All right, so think about this, thinking about what you're doing right now, what you're making right now, the amount of time that you put in to your business. Okay, so imagine if you could potentially double or more your hourly rate. Okay, with a new set of skills that you have. You can be learning something that's creative. It's fun. It doesn't get boring. It's always different. It's growing in demand. Video's not going anywhere. It's not ever going to become obsolete to where your skills aren't, valuable anymore. You could be building up a portfolio of different videos that you do so that you can really prove to clients that you know what you're doing, as opposed to just saying, yeah, I can do shopping carts, yeah, I can do email, sure, but you don't really have anything to show them. But with video, you do. You could use the skill for creating marketing videos for your own business, or have you ever considered creating a course yourself or a tutorial as part of a blog post? If there's some skill you have yourself, maybe you want to make some passive income by creating a course and maybe putting it up on Udemy or something, or any of the other many places out there that are popping up all over where people are putting these e-learning courses. So it's something to think about. And specializing, I think that's where the money is. There's a lot of people out there that know a lot, but very few people that have a deep level of skill in just one area that can really create a high quality product because they continuously learn to be the best in that one area of expertise. So what I have for you, if you go to VAjot.com, and Tanya will be putting that link out for you guys, VAjot.com/Michelle S. My last name's Shane. Okay, so I have a course for you with a great half price discount. So let's take a look and close some of these many other things I've got open there. Okay, VAjot.com Michelle S. Looks like I've been there before. All right, so at this site, we have become a webinar specialist. You can watch this fun video that I created in PowerPoint. No, this was done in Powtoon. Powtoon, powtoon.com, a really fun way to screencast, but I'm going to put this on pause. So I've got 8 hours of training for you guys. The first 4 lessons are about setting up a screencasting business, what you can offer, how to negotiate prices, some project management tips in there, because I have a background in project management, I told you. We talk about what you could use to create these screencasts, microphones and headsets that you might be interested in. We talk about Camtasia Studio and PowerPoint, and lots of places to get other resources like your sound and your images, and these are all things the client pays for, so don't think you have to go out and buy all this stuff. I talk about how I communicate with my clients, how I use Dropbox, how I send status reports to them, what sort of project management software that I use. And then we talk about how to get business, all the other ways that I didn't share with you about how you can generate more clients. And then in addition, we have 4 more webinars that are about an hour long each. I do a deep dive into Camtasia, how to create tutorials with it, and how to create what's called video bios. Those are very popular right now for people on LinkedIn that they record themselves, and you add lots of extra little bells and whistles to the recording of themselves. So you could definitely specialize in something like that. Then Lon gets into using PowerPoint, how to create them for sales videos, and then we talk about this other tool, Powtoon. And other tools that are out there. Lots of different mind maps that you can use, step-by-step checklists, and some other resources from our Rolodex where you can get some great assets. Also, a great benefit of this, and I'll get to the price in a second. Well, we're already down here. It's not $197. That's the normal price for people who are coming through Tanya. If you use a coupon code, which is VAnetworking, VAnetworking, it takes $100 off the price. So when you click on Add to Cart, and then I have to tell you what other little bonus you guys are getting before we do the Q&A. And it's slow right now, but it will come up as $97. So while I'm waiting for it to come up, we're also going to give you 8 weeks, and here you go. See, it takes $100 off right there, $97. We're going to give you 8 weeks in our Screencast video coaching group, which is a live group that meets every Tuesday or Wednesday. It goes back and forth on alternate weeks. And we're going to be able to critique your videos, answer all your questions. You're going to be able to learn from all the other students. Everybody from all our classes are in there, so there's questions about all things to do with video. We also have an archive of about 187 hours of the previous coaching webinars that you can look through. They've all got tables of contents so you can see exactly what's in there. So this is a huge bonus that we are adding, that I put on the sales page just for you guys here. So I hope that you guys will be able to make it in there. I hope you'll consider doing it very soon, because the end of the year is coming up, and I know you want to start 2016 with some fresh new ideas, maybe some new clients, some new skills. And with that said, I am going to now open it up for questions and answers.
Whether you have questions about what life is like, what the day-to-day life is like for someone who just specializes in this one thing, you can ask me that. Or if it's questions about the course itself, what's in it, what does it cover, feel free to put questions like that.
Okay, perfect.
Pause.
We do have
Okay.
some questions then, Michelle. This is awesome.
Okay. All righty.
Um, Now, Patricia asked to be screencasting video specialist. Do you really have to have a high-speed internet? Because she's kind of in the boonies and high speed is not really fast.
Well, I'll tell you what I do. If you're just creating videos on your own hard drive, your internet connection doesn't really matter because the work is all done on your hard drive. But if you've decided, say, to also record people's webinars, for example, then what I do is I have kind of crappy internet at home. I use my cell phone internet. So whenever I'm getting in a webinar like this, for example, where I want to make sure that my internet is clear and good and I sound good, I just use my own Wi-Fi hotspot. And I think I might pay $10 a month to get, a whole bunch of gigabytes of that. I don't know if that's an option for you. But I don't think it's really not more necessary than doing anything else as a VA because, as I said, everything, all your video creation is done on the hard drive. So.
Yeah, it would only be if you had to upload the videos. That's the only time you need the internet, really. Well, I guess to go on to the webinar, if you were going to host the
Well, yeah, if you're
webinar,
going to
though.
recording, yes, yes. So that's when I use my hotspot. And yes, if you're uploading a video, it's going to take longer, certainly, if you don't have a good connection. But maybe for the few times that you have to do that, maybe you have to go over to Starbucks or something, or you do have to use your hotspot.
Michelle, you
Anything
asked, did
else?
I miss a coupon code? It's VAnetworking. It's a coupon code, just in case you guys. And it'll all be in your member area afterwards, too. We'll just, might be a day or two before we get a video up there for you. Let's see. Michelle, does it take very long to learn how to do video screencasting, like to go through this course and learn it?
Well, you can kind of pick and choose which modules you want to go through. Each module really covers a different aspect of it. So if you can still see my screen, do you
Yep.
still see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you definitely want to go through module 1. You would probably want to go through these first 4 modules to learn how to market and everything. But as far as these other ones, you could decide which tool you want to use. I mean, if you think you want to be a Camtasia Screencast Specialist, you'd probably want to take the 2 on Camtasia because I show you how to do tutorials and everything. Maybe you don't want to learn Camtasia. Maybe you figure like, oh, because you have to buy Camtasia. Well, let me just tell you this. If you have a kid in college or a student or anything, you can get a discount on it. Pretend I didn't say that because it's supposed to be for yourself, but you can get a really nice discount on Camtasia Studio. If you just look for the academic version for your kid, not for you. You can choose to just use PowerPoint. If you want to just do all your videos in PowerPoint, or you can use one of the many other tools that are out there that we talk about in this 4th webinar. Or if you want to watch them all, you can say, okay, well, I'll try them all and see which one I find easiest to get into. So when you say, does it take long to learn, it's just like anything else. It's how much practicing do you want to do? Do you want to maybe create some of your own screencasts for yourself just as a proof of concept that you can do it? So that might just take you a while to create one and put put something out there.
And the thing is, if you become a screencast specialist, you're going to want to learn every single day something. I know when, me being an internet marketing specialist, every day I want to learn more in the internet. So you're always going to be wanting to learn more different things and different techniques and different things you can
Yeah,
do. Maybe,
it's actually
you know,
fun. It's
yeah,
yeah, it's not like, oh gosh, I get to learn. Say your specialty was shopping carts or something. It's not like, oh God, I got to learn, another um, payment processor. No, I find it very, very fun, and I want to get into these tools and see all the fun animations and what images and effects and different things that I can add to the things I can offer. So it's not really drudgery.
and again, Camtasia, I'm not sure of the price of it, but you might not use Camtasia. You might use PowerPoint only to do these, or I don't even know what Powtoon is, but someone did ask what a price tag was on Camtasia. I'm not
Yeah,
sure. Last time I bought it was
yes,
$300. Do you
it
have some
is.
price on it?
It's $299 or $297 or something. You
Yeah.
can get discounted copies depending on where you look online. Now, if you like, sometimes people will offer $50 off or $75 off. Just don't make a mistake of buying something that's really cheap, because it's probably not a real copy of Camtasia. I'm just saying. It could be one that you can't.
Michelle, Debbie asked, what is the day in the life
Hey,
for
I put that.
screencasting?
I
Like, what
made you ask
would
that
you?
question, right thing. What is it? Um, you know what? I would say, like, say, I'm going to just say Tuesday of this week. Tuesday, I should look at you know what, I can't see my calendar because I cross off all the stuff after I do it. But on Tuesday, I recorded 2 videos for 2 different clients. And I also worked on a video tutorial for FDIC. I mean, you guys have heard of FDIC insured, They are doing a bunch of tutorials, and I've been working for them on and off for the last year and a half. So I was synchronizing my narration to a recording, a visual recording that was done. So I did that in the middle of the day. And then I had one other appointment, which was just a potential client who wants to do a course. They were a orthopedic company, and they wanted to put together like a 10 or 12 lesson course, and I gave them an estimate. I give a lot of flat rates. After doing it this long, I just say, okay, well, if it's this many minutes and it's this many modules and all that, I'll charge you this flat price, so long as it doesn't go over, this long. So that was what I did. That took about total of about 4 hours, and then the rest of the time I went to my kids. Well, I homeschool my kids, so I dropped my son off at his math lesson. So I really just work, this is kind of weird to say, I work part-time because I don't work 8 hours a day. I probably put in about 4 hours a day, but I have what I'd consider it more of a full-time income from that. So last year, well, I'm not going to, I think last time I did this, I was sharing all my money and stuff, but I don't know if that's totally kosher to do that. But it's, I can, as part-time work, I can get up there close to 6 figures after expenses. After all my expenses, after I've paid my own VA, and we have to pay, Lon and I have expenses like for our membership site and all that. But I've been doing this for a good 6 or 7 years too. So
Michelle, as a screencast specialist now, do they just do the video preparation and maybe um, doing what Danielle is, like hosting and stuff like that in the, or like, is it more than that? Do they also arrange for speakers and all that kind of stuff, or is that more getting more detailed into what a screencaster might do?
Right, that's more detailed.
Yeah, okay.
That's more like, I used to teach a course called a virtual event specialist over at
Eventually,
VA
yeah,
Classroom.
event planner. Okay, yep.
Yeah, that really goes deeply. I mean, I think he teaches that now, so it's really, yeah, that's more. The screencast person is more just in charge of the recording part.
And Liz, you asked who do you use for your videos? I'm not quite sure what you meant by that, so if you want to expand on that question,
Maybe she
I,
means where I host them,
maybe.
or, okay.
When you do a training video or other product, who decides what goes into the video exactly? Like, do you get any creative say in that, or they do this, your client pretty much tell you how they want
That
the video
just
done or
totally
whatever?
depends on the client. Some clients I have are quite particular and they want to do their own storyboard and tell you exactly what images to use. And some clients, I just work with them on the script with a narration, and then I go find all the images and I stick them in the storyboard, and then they approve them. So it's, yeah, whatever. Every client's going to be a little bit different. I like the clients that just let me do whatever I want to do. So I mean, it's fun because I have a lot of templates I like to use, and it has great animation on them. So I like to pick something that maybe I haven't used before, and then I'll create the screencast, and then one of my clients just says, "Oh yeah, I love it." And all he does is pick out the mistakes that I've made, like I spelled things wrong or something, and then I have had clients where, oh no, that's not what I visualized. But that's why we do a storyboard, so that you don't go and create the video before you've told the client what images you think you're going to use in there. Because it's just kind of
So,
a pain in the butt to swap them.
and Liz, it's not really, so you were thinking who appears instead if Michelle doesn't appear in the video. Not necessarily, Michelle's probably not appearing in any of the videos. These are videos for her clients, and they give her, the pictures or different, or the copy that they want in the video. And I think she played a couple of videos at the beginning or something, didn't you, Michelle?
Yeah, I hesitate to go back over to my
Yeah,
portfolio right now because it's kind of a pain with this, but if you
yeah.
go over there, you'll see some videos, a few videos have my clients in them. They've recorded themselves and they may pop in to their video at a certain point, but the majority of them are just narration, PowerPoint, and recording of the screen of the internet of an application.
Kind of just like the video that's right on a career in screencasting when you go over there and watch that video, right, Michelle?
I don't even remember what this video has on it. I wish I could fast forward through it, but yeah.
Yeah.
So it's so this could be done in PowerPoint, but it was done in this other tool called Powtoon. So yeah, you pick out the pictures here and you pick out the fonts you want to use. I'm just looking through this and seeing.
That's kind of the kind of video she means that you could make after doing this. And you can do it with PowerPoint.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could definitely decide that you only want to do PowerPoint video and do just as well. What you wouldn't end up doing probably is what I call software demos. Because software demos really require you to record what's going on on a piece of software. So like if you fired up, say, Microsoft Word, and then you're recording your screen, clicking on things, and things are dropping down, and you're selecting things, and you're typing into fields, showing people how to use Microsoft Word. So that you need Camtasia for, to record that, although you don't have to have Camtasia. I mean, there are other tools out there that are inferior. No, I just happen to like Camtasia.
I agree.
You know,
I love
it
Camtasia.
has more bells and whistles, and it's really clear screencasting.
But basically the screencasting is to make these kind of videos and be them, like a lot of the videos, I have clients that all they want is, you know, the tutorial videos or different things like, and I'm forever doing now when I have, even you guys, if anybody's put in a help ticket, I'll go to Camtasia and do a desktop sharing and record what I did on the desktop and then upload it to Screencast or something just to give you the link, because it's quicker for me to show you the link of here's the recording, check it out, you know, kind of thing. Then
Yeah, you know, you can even record, you can use Snagit, which is their $67 tool, and you can record video using Snagit, and you can even do some editing in Snagit too. It just doesn't have a lot of the you know, it doesn't have all these extra features like zoom in and, you know, the ability to put an arrow animating on the screen or something. So it's a more simple tool, but you can use that. So start small. Really,
yeah.
there's no reason to jump everything, you know, and buy everything at the beginning.
And a couple more questions, Michelle, and we'll let you, and they can contact you if they want, but and maybe we'll even throw your email address out there for them if you want to share it, or find you on a social network or something for later questions. But let's see. Catherine wants to know the written content, the pictures, images, do they all come from the client, or I guess sometimes you have to go find them pictures and stuff?
Well, sometimes they come from the client. If some clients have image libraries, if the client is corporate, for example, there's probably a lot of marketing materials and, excuse me, image libraries that they already have that they'll send you. Otherwise, most of my clients will give me money for buying stock photo. I'll just tell them that I'm buying these particular photos, how much they cost, and then I add it into the invoice. And there's a lot of free stuff out there too. And there's a lot of free music and free images, and in that freebie that Tanya has for you on the site, you'll find a whole assortment of free stuff that you
And
can use
Catherine,
in
yeah, I
videos.
think the written content, anything I do for people, I just tell them I'm not a copywriter. I can hire a copywriter to do the written content for them, but I'm not going to write it. Is that about the right answer, Michelle?
Right. Well, I can write basic copy because I have this thing called Video
Oh, cool.
Script Genius. I bought it for like $10. I got it for over on JVZoo, you know, when it was like $10. It's probably more than that now, but he tells you how to write marketing scripts for all different kinds of videos. And so I use that for the basic
What was
flow
that name of that again?
of a
You'll have to
marketing
send me your affiliate.
video. Yeah, Video Script
Okay,
Genius.
I'm going to check it out. I like this.
Yeah, he gives you about 20 different types of scripts that you can kind of copy his ideas from. So I charge clients a little extra if I'm going to be doing their script, because it is definitely an additional skill to be able to copyright.
Now, in the screencasting, do you talk anything in the program about creating storyboards or anything like that?
Oh yeah, we definitely talk about that.
That reminds
And
me.
as a matter of fact,
Mm-hmm.
this is something. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I interrupting you?
No, I was interrupting you.
Oh, you were interrupting. All right. Well, I'll just talk then. Um, well, it comes with 8 weeks of, I said already, the live webinars that are Q&A sessions. Okay. So in January, Alon and I are going to devote 2 of those Q&A sessions to a theme. The theme is going to be script writing. So you're actually going to be getting our new course. We're going to be doing them, creating the course within doing I can't even talk, doing those webinars. We're going to actually be delivering the course to all the people and recording it, and then in February it's going to be a course. But because you happen to be in the weekly webinars while we're creating it, you're getting that for free. So that's going to help
Oh,
you
wow,
with your
cool.
script writing. Yeah, it just happens to be the time of year that you guys are getting the 2 months of free that we happen to be creating the course at the same time. So
Liz asks, is screencasting similar to video infographics? I'm not.
I don't know what a video, I know what infographic is.
Yeah, I don't know what video infographic. I guess sounds like it's like screencasting.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know what it is. Video infographic.
Infographic. Okay, so it's a thing. She's
Yeah,
right.
it is.
It came up.
I'm learning something.
Turn data into animated videos. You know, I
Oh,
have
would that?
Cool. I have never seen this before, but I will look at it, and do they have a tool or something that you can use to? Because this might be kind of a neat thing to learn.
Or maybe it's just something, it might take your business all in a new direction too, Michelle.
Yeah,
A career
that would
in
be
video infographics.
that would be good. So basically, what you could learn is, setting up the business in itself and managing the projects and promoting yourself and blah blah blah. But instead of using one of these tools, you go over there to video graphics and you learn that tool. See, that's another tool, just like, Powtoon is a tool. It's the
Yeah.
same basic concept, because if I go over to Powtoon, and I know you said you didn't know what this was. It's the same kind of thing. See, it's just a tool for creating these videos. Yeah, and then there's this one. There's Video Scribe. I mean, there's a lot of them, but for whatever reason, my mind is not. Remember Animoto? That was almost like the first one that came out. I don't know if a lot of people are still using it, but yeah, there are just all these different online tools that you can learn, but you also have to understand exactly, how to set up your business, how to promote your business, get clients, and blah, 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 blah. So that's why I'd still recommend, even if you do learn one of these other tools, to get the career in screencasting for the big picture.
Yeah, to know how to set the business up and how to do everything about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have all the questions. As for Liz, you asked what types of clients are good for this business. There's so many different types, but I'll let Michelle answer that.
Well, the most money you're going to make is when you get a corporate, some kind of a small business or corporation that they don't really worry too much about what anything costs.
Yeah.
And they just want really cool videos. So that's always nice. I certainly do have a lot of, single entrepreneur people, and they're really, really nice and easy, whereas the corporations can have more, there's more eyes on it, and your videos may have to be reviewed by all kinds of people before they say, okay, we're done. So it just sort of depends if you want to be a little kind of more laid back about your business, or if you want to go after those bigger clients just to charge more. So kind of hard to say. I guess it's the same people that that VAs would have for any other kind of business. You just never know who's going to want to do videos. They might be somebody that just started out in their business and they want to start right away with doing tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
Or some individual person who wants to, say, put a course on Udemy, right? I mean, you guys know Udemy, right?
Yeah.
So, and there's a ton of sites like this, right? With just these courses on there. And I've had clients come and just say, help me create my Udemy course. And I assist them with just creating the tutorials for it, putting it all together, and then they put it on Udemy, and then they make the money from it. So there's just anything that has to do with the video. All these are screencasts. You know, if you look at them, there may be some that have the instructor's face in them, but for the most part, they're made with PowerPoint and Camtasia. So if you were wondering how people make these, that's what they use.
Yeah, I'm surprised how much you can make with PowerPoint. It just blows me away.
You know?
Well, we've seen Sharon's webinar today, and it was very animated and everything. And I mean, that's all she has to do is click a button, and now it's a video or something. I'm not quite sure how PowerPoint does it,
I would show you right
hard.
now, but then I'd have to go back to PowerPoint again. Dang. It's just a few clicks and it becomes a video. Yep. Pretty cool. Was there anything else?
Mm-hmm. So if you're already doing PowerPoint, animated whatever's in PowerPoint, it's just a little bit of effort, and a few clicks, like she said, and it's made into a movie already, or a video, or whatever you call it.
I just want to encourage people, because I've had the site up for a while, encourage people to go to it via VAJOT, because that's how you'll get your coupon, to get the $100 off. Yeah. VAJOT.com. All right, thank you so much for having me on, Tanya.
Thank you so much,
really
Michelle, for being here with us.